Hello, this is my next video log, and my last one dealt with a Google site that I had created while in Dr. Becking's class that I've started to use more and more. I started it last year and I've expanded a little bit using it more this year. So this year, to go along obviously with the projects we're working on and that kind of thing in this class, I decided to expand even more and create a Google community for my chemistry classes, and from there then expand on some other things I'll talk about in another video blog, some projects that I'm having them start to do, more digital projects or aspects of projects that and then make them digital that they can then post onto this Google site, or this Google community. So this is the front page here. You can see some kids have actually started working on some projects that they had to do or have to do. Powtoon is something I'll talk about in my next video blog that I've learned how to use and had to teach the kids how to use. They're much better than I am. So anyway, so what I have here is just a picture of the hawk. That's our mascot. And off to the left here, there are different things so far set up for the kids. So the first one was 3 things about them, and they used the Powtoons. And if you've never used it, it's a pretty simple thing. But basically, they had to just real simple 3 things about them. Down below here, I had created one for them to see about myself real quick and explain to them. We also have an extra credit project due on Monday. And so I decided, usually they make this chemical pie. If you've never done this lab, basically it's mock apple pie. That's what it's called. You use crackers and it tastes like apple pie. It's kind of cool. In the past, I just had them do a lab write-up by hand or type it and then bring a sample, and that was really about it. So what I decided to do is actually use a program that I'll talk about later, or you guys done Prezi or whatever, and had them present using Prezi. And so I've only had one student do that so far, but that way they can kind of give the lab write-up and their data and their observations and their conclusions and that kind of thing, and then everybody can look at it and see whatever everyone else has done. Today we went over the next bigger project that's due next week. It's called the Periodic Table Project. In the past, I'd done this project, and basically the kids would do it on index cards and create a visual representation. So I kept an aspect of that, as I've always done, but I added to it a digital aspect in which they have to do a collage piece using an online program. So that's something a little bit new. And then another project that we're going to be working on little by little, and that I'll talk about in another video blog, is something called Big History Project, and it's a free online history class, I guess. Bill Gates is into it, that kind of thing. Anyway, you can see the kids have a couple assignments they need to go into. They've needed to sign up and all this stuff. So really the first thing probably the most challenging thing was to get the kids, if they didn't have a Google or a Gmail, to sign up for one, then set up a Google Plus, and then find my site and get invited to it. That went pretty well. This Big History Project that I discussed a little bit, they have to send me an email, then I have to invite them. My Google site is closed, obviously, for just students in my classes. A few exceptions, Dr. Becking and Dr. Moody, I think, are in there. But most kids, down in here, it's just us. But so far, it seems to be going okay. I kind of like the idea that I can post assignments and they can post as they get it done. I've been trying to give them a lot of space and time to get things done, because we are busy. Technology is a challenge. I think we have to do a video blog at the end about technology, challenges of our technology. My department, I don't know the exact number, I think there's 15, 20 of us in the science department, and we have 30 laptops. So getting hold of them isn't the easiest thing to do. So, getting time for the kids to do it in class. A lot of kids won't do stuff at home a lot, but they have to now, and that's the way it is. But anyway, based on the classes we've taken and that kind of thing, So like I was saying, with all the different classes we've taken, we've done a lot of Google Communities and that kind of thing, and seen how that's modeled. So I thought that was something I would want to interject into my high school classes. In terms of standards that we've been talking about all through the programs, I think this type of project for my classes fits into a lot of those standards. I think number one, or standard 4, but the first point, just promoting digital responsibility, citizenship. Really talk about, as we're using this thing, they need to be aware of what they're posting. For my purposes on this, not to be posting random things that have nothing to do with the projects we're doing. Otherwise, it's going to take us forever to find anything. But I think just more and more they have to be aware of what they're posting, because everybody's going to see it. Also, I think standard 3, modeling digital learning and work. I think, if you'll notice, I do just little quick examples. So I'm modeling how basically to do it and how to learn, because I'm having to learn how to do a lot of these things. And as I tell the kids, it takes me a half hour to figure it out. It'll take them 5 minutes. Just because they're just that much better at it. But at least I can give them a start point and show them how to do it. And then with a lot of these projects, standard 1 has to do with inspiring creativity and that kind of thing. And so my goal on a lot of these projects using the Google community is for the kids to be a little more creative with some of the projects we've done in the past, and then kind of let them go and use resources on the internet to express different presentations and data and that kind of thing. So overall, this is kind of one of the big things I'm working on right now, and seeing how it's going. I have general chemistry this year, so it's a little bit slower than if I had honors, but I think it'll go okay. Once the more they get used to it, the more they use it, I think the better it'll be. And that's it.